be a climate activist, you have to be willing and you have to be alive. And if you're alive and you know what's happening to the planet, you're going to be willing to be a climate activist.
Well, I first got involved in social justice organizing in high school, and then I first started getting involved in climate organizing in my first year of university. And I think what I learned from that was there's a strong focus on justice, and so it kind of brought together the environment with social justice. And then I was about to graduate, and I wanted to move off campus a bit, and then I started getting involved in some direct action, and then eventually that led to Climate Justice Victoria down the road, and that started because we wanted to organize around the idea of a Green New Deal.
So I partly moved to Victoria because of climate change. The area that I lived in most of my life, Los Angeles, became uninhabitable to me because I have a rare connective tissue disorder that makes me particularly vulnerable to UV and sun. And it became hotter there every year, so I was no longer able to safely survive there, and I had to leave behind my family and friends.
I started on this journey of actually just wanting to care about the environment because of my personal connection to the earth and the land that I was raised on. I was raised on unceded territory and on stolen land, and I had a lot of space to explore nature on my own, but I don't think I really understood the importance of taking care of the land until I understood my relationship with my spirituality and my belief in a creator, and they really showed me the importance of relationship to land and how that is everything we are is interconnected, and how it's important to take care of the water, and how water is life, and how as a female identifying person and identifies as a woman, how I have a role to also carry life within me.
Our angle for what we need to do to win is to target actually the public at large. So we're not only trying to speak to politicians, we're trying to reach them too, but we're also trying to reach everyone, because politicians only hold as much power as people give them. And so what we actually need is like a total societal shift. And we need to kind of shift the perspective of a significant enough proportion of the population that we need to take full action on climate change, so that it becomes politically impossible for the government not to do so.
So first of all, that I'm fasting on Fridays, and I also am on a fast fashion 1-year strike. So I'm into my 7th month now.
So right now, I'm choosing to abstain from certain foods, especially foods that affect certain communities. For example, wild salmon. We've been depleting our wild salmon sources in communities to the point where indigenous communities can't even have access to it. I'm choosing to drive less. Yeah, not driving actually also helps me to contribute less to the greenhouse gases. I'm also fasting on Fridays, and so I think that has started a lot more conversations than anything. When people ask me why I'm not eating or what's the purpose of fasting, people think fasting is just for religious reasons, but I think fasting for non-religious reasons is also a good way to just minimize your impact on the environment, but also bring attention and awareness to your body, and to those around you.
I think the words individual and activism don't really work very well together. Like, you can't really be very effective at anything.
I do it individually in the sense that I'm fasting on Fridays as my own way of raising awareness.
I'm a little strict with my friends too. It's like a friend the other day sent me a message of this beautiful brand new bike that she bought, and I was like, that's great that you bought a bike, but then I was like, have you ever been to like Recycladas? They also like refurbish like old bikes, and they have like a really good guarantee program, and they make really fancy bikes there too, and so sometimes I'm like, I hope I'm not sounding too preachy or something, but I think that there's value in buying things that are secondhand.
I know a challenge is that we are all volunteers, right? Like, nobody's paid anything. And so it's pretty hard to balance your job and your school with organizing and your mental health.
Along with the global concerns that we have around the climate crisis. And what I've learned from that is that while the climate crisis is so much bigger than my life, than my family's lives, it goes beyond our times, it will go beyond our times, it will impact future generations. So no matter what my family's going through, it's important to strike.
I don't really know the long-term impacts on it, like just me stop eating from salmon or me just riding my bike a few times a week more than usual, if that would really impact something. But I think that it helps me to bring awareness back to myself and brings awareness to people around me that I'm in conversation with or in relationship with.
And I think for me the most important thing is to actually get people organizing and to have folks understand that like they have power and that these are only going to change as much as they are able to organize.
And I do this partly to raise awareness about how seriously I take the climate crisis, that we can all do that if we're striking at something. I read in an article in The Guardian that it takes about 3.5% of a population to historically topple a dictatorship regime. And I think about how many people we have globally in our population. So what's 3.5% of the global population? It's about 270 million people. If we got 7 million people on a single day striking in September of last year, all we have to do is quadruple to have 270 million, and maybe we can topple the regime that is propping up the climate crisis. Everyone's a potential climate activist, right?
I want to make more of an impact by making people aware that their daily actions can be changed, and it doesn't take much for them to change.
The starting point is trying to be in line with the science, which says that we need to keep global temperatures under 1.5 degrees, which means about like needing to be off of fossil fuels completely by 2050.
I'm striking until the U.S. rejoins the Paris Agreement and the U.S. and Canada reach carbon emissions in line with the Paris Agreement.
But I think eventually I'd like to see more things in the city, but more things in rural communities. And so bringing just like those resources, not just to the city, but to like rural communities too, and how they can also make an impact when it comes to climate justice.
What I do notice is that we're living in an area where the climate crisis isn't as noticeable when we're walking around day to day, and so because we're not in the global south, we're not in a more high risk right now area, that there may be a tendency to ignore it and not be as aware of it.
Now that I'm here in Victoria and being part of climate justice groups and climate action groups, I realize how important that on a policy level, it's important to change those things so that I can also embody those values within me.
Premier John Horgan claims to uphold the UN Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. But subsidizing LNG companies and pushing pipelines through Indigenous territories without consent has nothing to do with respecting Indigenous rights.
The more people who show up, the more powerful we are. There are so many more of us than there are CEOs in the world and politicians. Greta Thunberg said it best in that everyone is welcome and everyone is needed.
This is a movement with millions upon millions of people telling world leaders to act on the science and demanding a safe future for us and for everyone. And together we will make a change.
What's it take to be a climate activist? Not much really. You just need to care a little bit about the planet, find a bit of time to gather around with other people and just raise your voice.
And before the pipeline's laid, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to Salish Sea, where I'm free.
I read this article that was like railing against the word activist. It said that to be an activist, a sense that like political action is something that like once you do it, you become like a special kind of person. It's almost like a profession that you do, and you're either an activist or you're not. But if we think that way, we're totally screwed.
Climate change is the most existential crisis of our time. You have no choice but to care and act.
Because of my background, I haven't thought this topic so much before, but during the process, I think I really can do something and influence the people around me.
During this project, we came across how individual actions can change the world. So if they can, why can't I? And why can't we?
I'm truly inspired to be tenacious in what we can do for our planet, because that's the only hope for a better world.
Climate change affects people from all over the world, so we need to play our role for saving the environment. Protest!